Hello everyone, we have the brand new SpectraLayers 12 and we are going to put it to the test. New SpectraLayers 12 and we're going to try it by fire with some of my projects, so let's begin. Okay, so we'll be doing this demo differently. Again, we're going, instead of going through each tool and showing what it does, I want to put it to the test, as I said on the trial by fire, testing it with my projects. So I have this dialog here. This is a project I'm working on, and it's not even released or anything. It's actually something that I'm working at right now. And I want to show you the dialog that we have pre-edited, for example. And as you can hear, there's a lot of rustle.
No había así como parecido, pero con menos frío.
Bueno, no, es que este es un buen lugar para observar. Ya verán, ya verán.
I have a, let me show you, I have a small room coming here from the set. This is not cleaned, but works. And this is the video, just in case you want to hear context.
No había así como parecido, pero con menos frío.
Bueno, no, es que este es un buen lugar para... Aquí, creo que es por aquí.
Ah, mira, se te cayó algo del telescopio, mira.
Ay, wow.
Mira.
There is a lot of rustle in all of this.
Ah, mira, se te cayó algo del telescopio, mira.
All of this is super distorted and super noisy. So I'm gonna do what I want to do is show you excuse me, the most beautiful upgrade that we have. And let me bring, okay, let's do this. This screen is easier for me to do it. I'm gonna leave this one muted for us to make a comparison at the end. And the first and most amazing thing that we can do now is that we can group processes right now. And what I'm going to do now is all of these clips that I have selected, I'm going to send them all to SpectraLayers. And instead of having, you know, all the tabs and things that we used to have before, we now can have all in one tab. You can hear it here, and you can see it here. So what I'm going to do is show you how voice denoise. I have another thing that is super cool is that I can now narrow things here. So I want to show you how voice denoise and noisy speech are better, super better now. So let me put here noise, and I can get all my noise modules, and let's put the voice noise to the test and just apply it. And it will process everything and leave all the regions as it is right now. You will see it right now. It's super quick and super awesome, and we can hear.
No había así como parecido, pero con menos frío.
Is already super well.
Mira, se te cayó algo del telescopio, mira.
Okay, so let me close this one, and I have it here for us. As you can see, all processes were done in each clip at the same time in a kind of a internal Nuendo batch process. And this is huge in the sense that now I can denoise huge amounts of dialogue without leaving Nuendo, without going one by one, and I can do all the denoising inside SpectraLayers with the ARA, and then just close it and everything's gonna be there. Okay, so all I have to do with this in this case is just tell it to go to extensions and make extension permanent. Once I've done that, I can
mira, se te cayó algo del telescopio, mira.
Let me make this go mute so that we can compare them both.
Bonito aquí, man.
You can hear the rustle.
Bonito aquí, man. No había así como parecido, pero con menos frío.
Let me show you this one.
No como parecido, pero con menos frío. No había así como parecido, pero con menos frío. No había así como parecido, pero con menos frío. No había así como parecido, pero con menos frío.
And this one.
Ay, mira, se te cayó algo del telescopio, mira. Ay, mira, se te cayó algo del telescopio,
Let
mira.
me
Ay,
mute.
mira. Ay, mira, se te cayó algo del telescopio, mira. Ay, mira, se te cayó algo del telescopio, mira. Ay, mira, se te cayó algo
And
del telescopio, mira. Ay.
what we can do now is put it in context with the rest and with the room tone. That is not really a room tone. It's just it's not that cleaned, but works for now. And let me show you how it sounds with the new. I didn't turn it on. Okay, right now. Okay.
Bonito aquí, man.
¿Verdad que es muy bonito?
No había así como parecido, pero con menos frío.
Bueno, no, es que este es un buen lugar para observar.
Super clean.
Ya verán.
Even the breath.
Creo que es por aquí.
Ay,
mira, se te
Bueno,
cayó algo
perdón.
del telescopio, mira. Ay, guau. Mira. Hombre.
Super clean and super awesome, as always with Imber. And let me show you now that we did this with the voice denoiser. Let me remove it. And let me show you what we can do with noisy speech. And this is very important because this is also, I'm sorry, this is also a useful thing that we can do. Let me put then this again in SpectraLayers. Let me close this module. Let me play it back for you. Again with all the
No
rustle
había así como parecido, pero con...
and everything. And what we're going to do now, instead of doing voice denoise that we just did, we're going to use noisy speech. And the reason I want to show you this is because now we can process everything and drag all the processes to the timeline. And I want to show you how to do it. So now you see we have all the processes and all the separated stems that we did with the mixing. So one thing that I want to show you is that we can narrow this and I can put the noise in there and select all the noise tracks that we can actually hear
No había
now.
así como parecido, pero con menos frío.
But I can mute it.
No había así como parecido, pero con menos frío.
Bueno, no.
And so I selected every noise resulted stem,
No había así como parecido, pero...
and I can control it. And I can also instead use the speech and select them all individually, all at once, and drag them to the timeline. What it's going to do is render all these processes, as you can see, as one track. And if I want to do the same thing with the noise, I can come here, select them all, let me unmute them, let me bring in here, and it put it up in sync with my session. I can close this. I don't need this anymore because the process is already done in here. So I'm gonna remove that extension, this extension, and this thing, and I can bring this up here so that I can make a quick comparison again. Let me put this on mute again, and we can show you that I can now have the noise in one layer. And as you can see, it's perfectly good. It's what you had. And let me mute it out so that we can test it with this.
Bonito aquí, man.
Let me do it with this little bit, which
No había así como parecido, pero con menos frío. No había así como parecido, pero con menos frío. No había así como parecido, pero con menos frío. No había así como parecido, pero con menos frío. Como parecido, pero con menos frío.
and again here.
Ay, mira, se te cayó algo del telescopio, mira. Ay, mira, se te cayó algo del telescopio, mira. Ay, mira, se te cayó Del telescopio, mira.
So, as you can see, the huge improvement and this changes everything in dialogue editing. This is a huge improvement in the sense that we can now do like a batch process with Innuendo, as I said, and it's super way faster than anything else we had before. And we can do processes, and in this that we just did applies to every Unmix process that we can do. We can bring all the layers in and work with that. Again, this is super clean. Let me put it all in context again so that you can hear that, as you can hear, both processes, voice denoiser and mixed noise speech, are super clean, are way better than before. And the fact that we can do it like in a batch, selecting everything that I have in the track, is super awesome. Let me hear it.
Bonito aquí, man.
¿Verdad que es muy bonito?
No había así como parecido, pero con menos frío.
Bueno, no, es que este es un buen lugar para observar. Ya verán, ya verán. Creo que es por aquí.
Ah, mira, se te cayó algo del telescopio, mira.
Super clean, super awesome results. Let's keep going. Okay, this is a new mix process that I want to show you. This is a mix soundtrack, and I want to show you what I'm working with. This is a scene. Again, this is a project I'm working on. This is not being released or anything. That has this dialogue, and they are playing the guitars. And I have this laugh here, which is this guy, and this other one, which is the guy right here. So what I want to do is to be able to control the dialogue versus the music versus the sound of the effects, and all is integrated in this shot. So it is a long scene, a long shot. And what I want to do right now is I'm going to take this one and again put it here to maybe make comparisons afterwards. And what I'm going to do is send it to SpectraLayers. Before, I want to show you something else, and this is a lengthy process, but I want to show it because it's there's this new model called phase rotation. And what it does is I ask him, and I already did because it's a lengthy process, to suggest me the phase rotation for this microphone. And he suggested this 85 degrees, and I'm going to apply it. And once it's done, it's going to be lengthy. I'm going to apply it. And what it does, and let me close this so that you can hear the difference. It fixes all the phasing issues on the miking position. So in this case, what it does for us to know is that is a clearer, more clear signal result, and you can hear that in this microphone. So let me put the first one.
No, yo lo que te iba a decir es con eso del infinito, por mí, que se quede el infinito sin estrellas.
Again.
No, yo lo que te iba a decir es con eso del infinito, por mí, que se quede el infinito sin estrellas.
Just this mic.
No, yo lo que te iba a decir es con eso del infinito, por mí, que se quede el infinito sin estrellas. No, yo lo que te iba a decir es con eso del infinito.
Now with the process applied.
No, yo lo que te iba a decir es con eso del infinito, por mí, que se quede el infinito sin estrellas. No, yo lo que te iba a decir es con eso del infinito, por mí, que se quede el infinito sin estrellas.
If you can pay attention to this, you will hear, especially when the voice lowers, it kind of muffles a little bit. And once I apply the rotation, it fixes that, and it's clear and bright. Listen again.
No, yo lo que te iba a decir es con eso del infinito, por mí, que se quede el infinito sin estrellas.
Now processed.
No, yo lo que te iba a decir es con eso del infinito, por mí, que se quede el infinito sin estrellas. No, yo lo que te iba a decir es con eso del infinito, por mí, que se quede el infinito sin estrellas. No, yo lo que te iba a decir es con eso del infinito, por mí, que se quede el infinito sin estrellas.
So I wanted to do this because it's actually, for me, it's a super heavy process result. It's very different. It's very is a super upgrade to the signal that we have. And even though it's a lengthy analysis process, once you have made your choice, it's very quick, as you just saw. And I wanted to show you this module again. And what I want to do with this one,
No, yo lo que te iba a decir es con...
I opened up the editor. I want to see just like that. Okay, so I have this signal. As you can see, I have my voice, sound effects, and obviously the guitar. And the fact that I can use this new Unmix module, let me put soundtrack. There it is. So I'm going to apply it to this, and you will see what happens. So one important thing that I want to show you is that now we have a better estimating tool in here. As you can see now, it tells me how long is it going to take and the process, how far it is at this time. So since it's 3 minutes that we have to wait for this to be done, since it's a very long, very lengthy take, I'm going to make pause and come back once it's done, okay? And we're done, but again, it's a new improvement that we have, the fact that we can have a more accurate timing on the processes. And now what we have here is that we have the dialogue, music, and effects. So let me show you.
No, yo lo que te iba a decir es con eso del infinito, por mí, que se quede el infinito sin estrellas. Es la única que te digo. Terminemos.
Sound effects is, let me put this in solo so that we cannot only hear this microphone. And let me play it back again. Then sound effects. And we can clean that up. Dialogue.
No, yo lo que te iba a decir es con eso del infinito, por mí, que se quede el infinito sin estrellas. Es la única que te digo. Afinemos.
Super beautiful. And also the music. In this case, I took the guitar out. Super ultra clean. So what I want to do now is bring all these tracks. I just drag them to my timeline and have to let him know that I wanted that and different tracks, and that's all okay. And let me close this. And this I don't need it. Oh, I have everything here. And what I got, let me put this very close to the dialogue so that I can easily make the A and B comparison. And now I have my noise in here. I have my, in this case, the guitar. And in here, the dialogue.
No, yo lo que te iba a decir es con eso del infinito, por mí, que se quede el infinito sin estrellas.
Okay, so we can compare that we have.
No, yo lo que te iba a decir es con infinito, por mí, que se quede el infinito sin estrellas. Es la única que te digo. Afinemos. Quitarle para poder afinar.
Intercidumbre.
So what I want to do, and the reason I want this is super awesome in this case scenario that I have right now, is because now I can bring this a little up a little bit. This dialogue, I can edit it and bring it up a little bit. And I couldn't do that before because everything was integrated in the same take. Now I can bring the noise. I don't want to take it out, but maybe put it like 8 dBs down. Let me hear how it's sounding.
La única que te digo. Afinemos. Quitarle el capo para poder afinar.
Intercidumbre.
Ah, el principio de intercidumbre que decía.
Okay. Let me shut this down.
La única que te digo. Afinemos. Quitarle el capo para poder afinar.
Intercidumbre.
Ah, el principio de intercidumbre que decía. ¿Quién era?
Heisenberg.
Let me bring noise down a little bit more.
La única que te digo. Afinemos.
Heisenberg.
And the biggest outcome of this is that now I can control things that I had no control of before. So in one click within my DAW, I can take all the 3 stems, the effects, the music, and the dialogue, in this case from this take. I can do that again with the other take that we're having here and process that differently. So I can have an EQ and a process different for the guitar than the one I will probably use with the dialogue. And I can then even use my wonderful auto alignment tool so that I can process this other lavalier here and align it with all that we have in here. So I can align guitars and I can align the voices apart, and I can do all these processes all with my DAW super quickly, as you just saw. So this is a super awesome tool, and makes everything easier, especially in a case scenario like this one, which is all three things in one take, and we have to clear that so that we can mix it in the new for the new mix that we want to do. So this is awesome. Let's keep going. Okay, so I want to show you with this same take that we just had, the fact that we can, let me open SpectraLayers, use the new, show you an upgrade that we have in the transcription, a mixed transcription. And we have all this bunch of new dialogues. We had just a few before, and let me just make it work for you to hear it. Again, the new view way to see our, and let me open it a little wider so you can see the text working. And as you can see here,
No, yo lo que te iba a decir es con eso del infinito, por mí, que se quede el infinito sin estrellas.
is super improved and working better. And again, we can do this in here and then export that to our different ways so that we can, use it as ADR or whatever. So I wanted to show you because that bunch of new languages is a huge improvement, especially for dubbing. So I wanted to show you that. So let's keep going. Okay, this is I want to show you this example of music that I already processed, like with this Unmix song, selecting basically everything but the saxophones because it doesn't have it. But I wanted to show you because it's been super improved, and I want to show you how it works with Latin percussion, which is something that is not out there. So let me show you the voices first.
Se siente ser tan bello que adornes con flores.
Bass. Guitars. And as you can hear, it's super ultra clean. Everything that we take out is super ultra clean. And I want to show you
Solo mirarte me detienes, la noción del tiempo.
I want to bring up another song so that I can show you some other stuff about this music separation and a mix module, which is super awesome. Be right back. Okay, so I have this song, this a track I made for a video game. And it has a ton of brass and voices and drums and things like that. And I wanted it to show you because we have now this module called Sax Brass that if we select that, and as I did right here, I select the Unmix Sax and Brass first, we'll prioritize it over dialogue or over the voices again. Sorry. And what it does is prioritizes that extraction from the brass, and this is super cleaner than everything that we have done before. So I have already separated that. So let me show you some things about this. Let me go here, for example, let me show you. Brass, all the rest. Voices. And the drums. And we also have these unmixed drums here that I already processed. This is it, and I can, take almost every instrument from the drum set can be isolated, and I did that too afterwards. And this is what you can hear. For example, toms in here. Super clean. The snare here. Hi-hats over here. And we have ride and crash over here. And it's, again, super powerful. The fact that we can, raise the volume of the brasses, for example. We can do that. We can bring the snare up again. Or if we want the toms in here. So we can actually do tons of things. As you can see, we have all these colors in here, and you can see all the display in here. So this is a very useful new mixes process for song and drums, which are super upgraded and sound amazing. And I wanted to show you that again. So as you just saw, there's a lot of improvements and new tools in SpectraLayers 12. I hope this new way to show you the tool, I really liked it. I hope you liked it too. For me, is important to showcase you with real projects that I'm working on that haven't been released yet, but I'm able to show you this so that you can see real uses for the new tools and the improvements that comes with SpectraLayers 12. Hopefully you can try it and buy it and use it, and hopefully this video will give you a hint of what you can expect and do with the new tools. For me is a huge improvement, especially the part of the grouping within the track in Nuendo. It will change everything for me and dialogue editing and in denoising in general. So hopefully it was a useful video for you. And again, I will see you on the next one. Bye.